of the things I figured out before the track day was how to data log how much power the battery generates or regenerates. And I was completely blown away that the car under braking regenerates 300 kilowatts of power.
Which is roughly 400 horsepower.
Which is roughly 400
Which is more
horsepower.
than
pound electric Hyundai performance vehicle, over 600 horsepower with the NGB mode, the N-Grin mode. You get an extra 40.
Format. We're going to start with how long I've had the car. I leased this Ioniq 5N from Hyundai West Dallas in like mid to late August of 2025. It was the very end where all the federal money was on the table. There was incentives, there was rebates, and I think my paperwork says I got like over $16,000.
Price. Unlike civilian Ioniq 5s that will be produced in Hyundai's new Georgia meta plant, Ns are bolted together in South Korea. Standard 5s are moving to the NACS charge port. No word on when the N will do the same.
it sounds like this aggressive little 4-cylinder. Everything has this sort of synthetic look, feel, sound to it, but that doesn't detract from the fact that this is the only EV on the market that's trying to inject that kind of old school, almost
the real world. I actually already put a video together going through some of the differences when we switched from the Pirellis to the Kumos, and then the Kumos in the summer to the Kumos in the winter, because as we know, the only thing that the EV doesn't like more than the highway is doing the highway in the winter and cold temp.
Feels like a dual clutch transmission. There are manual shifts. Love the blips. Also, if you hold it too long, yeah, you hit red line.
4,800 pound car. It feels like something like maybe 1,000 pounds lighter than that, if that makes sense. All right, time for a canyon drive in the 2025 Hyundai Ioniq 5N. We have strut front, multi-link rear, suspension, and we're on the
shifty mode and just have an absolute blast with this thing. From there, the tech is perfect. Our market misses out on stuff like the head-up display and a digital rear view mirror, but I've got wireless Apple CarPlay and I've got a 360 camera, so I'm kind of good. And when it comes to space and comfort, the trunk is huge.
good brake feel. I mean, the rotors and calipers on this car are massive. They absolutely need to be to handle this.
So a huge shout out to Kumo. I've put tires on my Ioniq 5N. We put Kumos on my wife's CRV. They're all-weather Solus HA32s. She's coming home from work in probably like 2 hours. Snow's only going to get worse, but in her all-weather tires, not worried about a thing. And then if back in this
out here, the level of modulation in this brake pedal, it's a lot better than even a lot of actual internal combustion engine performance cars. The steering,
fun and playful and predictable way is just to adjust the torque split. You can adjust the torque split to like 100% rear. So I did like 90% rear, 10% front, and then you can get beautiful slides, and they're controllable and they're predictable and manageable.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
Then second lap we started with 60
something, yes.
Now I have 50 left.
Yeah. Oh, really?
48, 49. Yeah.
Okay, because we are like, what, 46 or something?
We are at 41.
41, so we're even like less.
I think the end pedal...
It helped.
So didn't bother even changing the brake fluids, pads, tires, whatever. Let's just see how it goes.
Yeah.
And then as the day progressed, we kind of got comfortable with the car, more and more confident. And the thing that just completely blew my mind and convinced me that, okay, I can actually try to go fast.
An instant torque on all four wheels is that the N division or the vehicle dynamicist or whoever's behind it is able to really play around with how the car behaves on power. So in this case, whatever mode I was in, when you get
my memory, and this is nowhere near as accelerative, but it does feel more or less on par with a Model 3 Performance, which is a very, very quick car. But all things aside, I mean, just look at the way it handled that bump right there. That is top notch.
Which I find too floaty. Now, you can firm up the suspension, and if you do it all the way, it gets pretty flinty. But you've asked for it, right? It's for the track. there's a wide range.
That's not how it works.
Well, yeah, initially efficiency. Well, with the wing we discussed it could be adjustable, so there I could have both. Yeah, ideally I would have a setting.
The driving that I've done in the car is kind of like around town. I don't need to charge externally anywhere, but we've done like 3 kind of road trips. The first one was to go up to our cabin in Wapaka. So from like Milwaukee to Wapaka, it's like 120 miles.
It stays upright. There are no seat releases in this area. The backs are dropped by heading to the rear doors. Lowering them means a pretty flat floor and 59 cubic feet to fill. A 40-20-40 split would be welcome.
Set like custom temperatures. I can set my heated seat from my phone so that when I get into the car, it's still plugged in. So it's still like, it's not burning any of the range that you have while it's like heating up the car and running your heated seat and that sort of stuff. And then you can leave with a
It's actually handling these bumps with a lot of poise. There is a little bit of body roll, but oh wow. This does not feel like a nearly 5,000 pound vehicle. I'm sitting relatively.
This one was. So the lesson here is the app that I use is PlugShare. It kind of aggregates all of the like EV goes and the charge points and the Tesla stuff and like pretty much everything into this app. But when you go onto your PlugShare app, you can select.
And this you can repeat forever.
Okay, until your tires and brakes are gone. And I think that's actually quite a good thing. Now we're just gonna start with doing 2 laps today alone. So performance figures, all known. I'm more
didn't make like any noise. So don't know what that's about. Which then brings me to reliability. Obviously the big thing that everyone wants me to talk about is the ICCU issue, which I have not run into with this car. I did go and talk to the people at the service desk at the dealership though, and it's
fixing them, modifying them, that sort of thing. Maybe you can relate to that. But I'm more on this side of simplicity. And I'm in my Gen 2 BRZ right now with a manual gearbox, rear-wheel drive, traction fully off, no electronic wizardry. Yes, I do have a clutch-based LSD in the back.
By your elbow is your cup holders. But when it's dark, the interior is black, there's no ambient lighting anywhere in the center of the car. So I'm just kind of like clanging my water bottle at the top of those spin-out cup holders, trying to figure out where it goes. And it's not like anything.
Yeah, it's less efficient. It's a high-performance machine. But at the end of the day, it's practical. You could sell it to your spouse. I know I'm trying to. The 5N.
Like I left, once we all had power back on, driving through like my area of Milwaukee and even like neighboring communities, like there was just everyone's goods from their basement was out on the side of the street because everyone's basement had flooded. But the Hyundai ended up